Hello everyone. EDC important questions chapter wise in unit 5. Let us see MOSFET unit is 4. Let us see, you can see here the unit 2, unit 3, unit 4 is metal oxide field effect transistor. MOSFET introduction is unit 4. MOSFET is a very important electronic device which is used for in amplifiers. Coming to unit 5, MOSFET configurations. This chapter is very important. The unit 5, MOSFET small signal operation models. This chapter is very important because the DC analysis and the signal analysis, a small signal analysis of MOSFET amplifier. In this, you will get 10 marks question. One of the important question is 3 basic configurations of MOSFET. MOSFET has, you know that 3 terminals. One is gate, drain, source. Common source, common gate, common drain are the 3 configurations we are using for MOSFET. Among these, mostly used MOSFET amplifier is common source amplifier with source resistance, without source resistance, with source resistance. These are the 3 basic configurations which we are using MOSFET. What is MOSFET? How the MOSFET operates, what is the Q point of MOSFET, how to set, all this we discussed in previous videos. Now let us go for unit 5, small signal operation model, that is unit 5. In this you will get easily 10 marks if you prepare the configurations, the basic amplifier configurations. If you prepare very well, then you will get 10 out of 10 marks. You will get with the source and without source resistance. And common gate amplifier, common source amplifier. Common source amplifier is the most important configuration of MOSFET. Let us see that common source amplifier. If you prepare this MOSFET amplifier configurations unit 5, you will get 10 marks. Mostly the most important one is common source amplifier. Let us see that. These are the 3 basic configurations of MOSFET amplifier configurations. There are 3 basic configurations for connecting the MOSFET as an amplifier. An amplifier amplifies the signal, whatever be the signal which you give an input, it gives output. Each of these configurations were obtained by connecting one of the MOSFET terminals to ground. Suppose source terminal is connected to ground, that is common source, thus creating 2-port network with grounded terminal being common to the input and output. The ground source is the common for in common source amplifier, which is mostly used amplifier configuration. Figure shows the resulting 3 configurations of biasing arrangement obtained. Common source amplifier, you can see the diagram. Common source, the source terminal is grounded. The source is common for input and output. The source terminal is connected to ground. The input voltage Vi is the signal applied between the gate and ground. The output voltage V0 signal is taken between the drain and ground. Here coupling capacitor, biasing capacitors all will be connected for the common source amplifier configuration across the resistance RD. We have to draw this diagram for common source amplifier with the source resistance, without source resistance. There are 2 configurations again. This is the configuration is called grounded source or common source. Grounded source or common source CS amplifier. Similarly, common gate amplifier. Gate is the common. The gate terminal is grounded. Common gate amplifier. Similarly, common drain amplifier. Among those, common source amplifier is mostly used. Common source amplifier in depth, you can see here. The common source amplifier, the biasing capacitor, common source is grounded, and input signal is VSIG, and CC1 is the capacitor, gate capacitor, RG is the input resistance or input. You can see the diagram. You have to draw the diagram effectively, and equations. These are the equations: output voltage equation and current gate current equation. Common source amplifier with equivalent circuit, you can see. With resistance is the important. With the source resistance is very important. For this common source amplifier, we have to draw equivalent circuit and derive the equations. then you will get full marks. Characteristic parameters of common source amplifier. What are the equations? These equations are important. Input resistance equal to ground resistance RG. Voltage gain AV, V0 by V, output voltage by input voltage. If you derive the equations, Vi equal to Rg by Rg plus RSIg into Vic, the output voltage is given by drain current Id into Rd by R0. Like that equations if you write, you will get full marks for common source amplifier. These equations and circuit and how to write the exam. This is the most important question in unit 5. The three configurations, which among the three configurations which is very important? Common source amplifier. Overall gain for Vg, the output resistance R0 equation. This is the common source amplifier with the source resistance. JNTU purpose, JNTU Anandapur question papers, if you see common source amplifier unit 5, very easily will get 10 marks. Thank you.